Before starting this award ceremony, just wanted to take a minute and send my thoughts and prayers to the soccer community and the city of Strongsville for the tragic loss this past weekend. So also want to send our thoughts and prayers to the family of Allie Solowski. Thoughts and prayers to the family. You guys are both city of Strongsville, keep your guys. All right, let's move on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Denny Ziegler, and I am the athletic director here at Strongsville High School. I want to take some time, first off, to thank Paul Spokane, who helped to get all these awards kind of organized, as well as to Jeff Biker, who helped with the certificates. So thank you both. I'd like to welcome you guys to the first annual Strongsville High School Senior Athletic Awards ceremony. It is a great honor for us to be able to celebrate these student athletes who have spent numerous time, hours, commitment to their programs, to their teams, to their teammates, to their families, to their friends, to the community of Strongsville. While athletics helps mold our students, it also helps our students to succeed on the field, as well as give back to the school, as well as to its local community. You, as student athletes, are role models who have demonstrated commitment, passion, and for that, we are grateful and wish you nothing but the best as you move forward. To present our first set of awards, I would like to recognize our Strongsville High School Athlete Leaderships Award. Our Strongsville High School Athletic Leadership Award is comprised of votes by all of the coaches as well as the athletic director. It is meant for one male and one female athlete. Along with the academics, coaches give special consideration to the athlete's accomplishments, abilities, as well as his or her leadership on and off of the playing surface. At this time, I would like to bring up Coach Orlowski and Coach Slady to present the first award.
The definition of leadership is a process of social influence which maximizes the efforts of others towards the achievement of a goal. If you notice, the key element of leadership stems from social influence, not authority of power. At this time, we would like to call Caleb Kosas up to the stage. Caleb Kosas is a natural leader. Caleb not only brings out the best in himself in all he does, but he also brings out the best in others.
Caleb is one of the most caring and compassionate people we have ever met. I first met Caleb as his 7th grade language arts teacher and have had the joy of watching Caleb grow as a person and a cheerleader over the last 6 years.
I first met Caleb as a parent, and I got to watch him as that part, and then I got to see him also as a coach his senior year, and that it just reflected what I saw as a parent, also as a coach.
Part of what allows Caleb to have such a great social influence is his confidence. Caleb has the confidence to overcome whatever is thrown his way and to do so with happiness and joy.
Caleb shows true leadership through encouraging others to do their best. We watched him encourage others to do their best at cheer camp, practices, and at games. He takes the time at tryouts and practices to help others when they are struggling.
Caleb not only excelled in cheerleading, but in all aspects of his life. He was a leader in the Mustang Express and on his dance team. Caleb naturally leads his peers by being an example in all he does.
Caleb is the kind of person we both look up to, students and adults alike. Thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Kosick for raising a great young man who here is a great leader at Strongsville High School. We wish you all the best as you begin your new journey all the way in USC. Tonight we're proud to present Caleb with the Strongsville High School Athletic Scholarship Award.
Congratulations, Caleb. Well-deserved honor. At this time, I'd like to call up Coach Sean Black to present the Female Athlete Leadership Award.
All right. This past season, well, first of all, we were just lucky to have a season, but I was lucky enough to have a senior class where all three seniors earned all conference for their second place finishes at the GCC tournament. They were all academic GCC players, which just made my job as a coach very easy. And this athlete, Brooke Brengardner, was a great example of what it meant to be a leader. So Brooke was a 3-year varsity letter winner. Last year she represented the team at first singles and this year at first doubles. While I can rattle off a short list of accomplishments, the things that I mentioned here today definitely won't reflect everything that Brooke has done for the school and for the tennis program. So this past year though, I'll try to mention a couple things. She was 18-6 at first doubles. She was the 3rd place at Medina doubles. She showed resiliency throughout the year. Just one example, after losing a close match to Westlake, she and her partner beat them in the rematch in the Ohio Tennis Coaches Association tournament. She was a team co-MVP. She was the Ohio Tennis Coaches Association Gold Racket Award recipient for her play and for her academics. And all the awesome things that she's done to help the team. She's just a natural leader on and off the court as well. So for me to come to the team last year, in my first year as the varsity coach, she and the rest of the senior class made it super easy to come in when she could take leader roles such as warm-ups and whatnot. And the team has big steps to fill the whole senior class shoes, including Brooke, but with her leadership, they definitely have the framework to do that next year. So Brooke, thanks for your academic, athletic, and most of all being a leader for the tennis team.
Congratulations, Brooke. At this time, I'd like to call up Staff Sergeant Aker of the Army National Guard, who will present the Army Award.
Good evening. My name is Staff Sergeant Ryan Acker, and today at Strongsville High School, I would like to begin what has become an important tradition by presenting the Ohio Army National Guard Scholar Athlete Award to 2 of our school's finest scholar athletes. I am pleased to welcome your high school to this prestigious awards program. The 2 students whom the Ohio Army National Guard honors this year have achieved the winning combination, excellence in both academics and athletics. They have achieved a balance that many people aspire to, but only a handful achieve. I am happy to be here to give these students special recognition for their accomplishments. The Ohio Army National Guard Scholar Athlete Award was created in 1981 by the Army to honor top students. More than 200,000 high school students have received this Scholar Athlete Award, so today's recipients join a long list of distinguished scholar athletes, students who are team captains, debate champions, student officers, community leaders, students who have put forth the extra effort to be Army strong. I'm proud to have the opportunity to honor two of the nation's finest young people right here at Strongsville High School. This year's Ohio Army National Guard Scholar athletes are Ben Guerra and Cameron Merrill.
Thank you, Sergeant Aker. At this time, I'd like to call up Staff Sergeant Jordan McIntyre, who is going to present this year's Marine Award.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Staff Sergeant McIntyre, and I'd like to thank you all for being here and allowing me to be in your presence and to give these awards to these deserving students. Since the United States Marine Corps was established 245 years ago, we have enjoyed some of the most demanding physical standards in the world. We require our Marines to be in their absolute top physical condition in order for the Marine Corps to be successful in its mission. The Marine Corps realizes that the foundation for good physical fitness is laid in the high school athletic organization. In addition to good training habits, high school athletes are well aware of teamwork and discipline, two important elements in the makeup of a Marine. For this reason, the United States Marine Corps takes pleasure in supporting high school athletics by presenting the Distinguished Athlete Award. This year's recipients, who are recognized for displaying courage, poise, self-confidence, and leadership in a high school athlete, are Luke Demerly and Emily Funk.
Thank you, Staff Sergeant McIntyre. Our next award is going to be our Strongsville High School Coaches Award. Each spring, the athletic department meets with the head coaches of each sport, and then the coaches nominate and vote on their selection of an athlete who has shown outstanding leadership, effort, as well as integrity. It is my pleasure right now to introduce Coach Steve King, who is going to present the Boys Coaches Award.
Thanks, Evan. The Boys Coaches Award, there's a lot of definitions of what a coach's award would go to. I think it includes leadership, it includes integrity, and it includes being a role model for the younger kids as well. I'm here to present the Coaches Award to Michael Lee, so if Michael will come on up. As he walks up, Michael broke the school record his junior year for 18 holes of golf, shooting 68 at Columbia Hills Country Club. So he's currently out on the board out by the gym. He has a career average of 38.9 as well, and he was a state qualifier as a junior, our first state qualifier in 13 years. He's a silent leader for us, had a huge, strong work ethic, and he represented the program, his family, the school, and the community
with great class. I don't know if there was a program or there were players that didn't like playing and being around with Michael. And like I said, that's class, and he represented us very, very well. So congratulations, Michael.
Congratulations, Michael. Thank you, Coach King. At this time, I'd like to call up Coach Dawn Thal and Dan Martin to present the first female coaches award.
Thanks. You didn't notice Coach Thal didn't show up. But I'm Dan Martin. I'm fully vaccinated, so I feel comfortable up here without a mask. So I'm going to talk about a student athlete that played in the basketball team for Dawn, and she also was on the track team, and I coach high jump kind of, and she is a high jumper. So it's Sophia Burke, and I'll explain in a minute, but Sophia's come just such an amazing long way since her freshman year. Her freshman year, she tried to hide all the time and never do anything. She tried to high jump every now and then, but anytime we'd ask her to do anything else, she'd be like, can I not do that? And then all the way to her senior year, where she wanted to do everything, and she was trying everything new and doing really well at it and really being a leader amongst the kids. She did hurdles, high jump, and long jump, amongst other things. But those are pretty skilled events, and they're hard to learn, and she did a great job with them. She actually just started long jumping this year and placed in the conference and in the district, which is amazing. She also learned to swear a lot this year. I didn't see that coming from her sophomore year. But with the COVID, affecting everything, I didn't get to see her for a year, which was sad. When she came back, she did swear a little bit. She's a very special kid. She's very quiet and very sweet, and will do anything for anyone. And she was very supportive of the basketball team, even though she didn't play a ton. And the track team was all over the place. So far, I believe she's the leading point scorer on the track team. We do have some meets to go. But I did find out that Sophia's commitment to everything is amazing. Because she's so committed to work, she decided not to come tonight. Which is why Coach Thal did not get up. So I'm stuck up here. So what I'd like to do, Sophia is truly one of my favorite kids. And I noticed that one of my other favorite kids is here that I haven't seen in a long time. And I'd like to have Peyton come up and accept the award on her behalf. And we'll give it to Sophia. Peyton Phelp. She's vaccinated as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Congratulations, Sophia. At this time, I'd like to bring back Coach Olowski as well as Coach Swaney to present another award for our Coaches Award. So come on. There was a tiebreaker, so that's why we have two.
Like it was mentioned, the Coaches Award involves leadership and integrity, effort, and we are so lucky that we got to share this athlete with the lacrosse team as well. So at this time, Marissa Mendici, can you please come up here?
Marissa was our captain this year for football season. Marissa was nominated multiple times and was our captain multiple times through her career at Strongsville High School. Marissa was the coach's right-hand person. She took care of anything the squad needed. From what the girls were wearing, if you're not in cheerleading, that's a major ordeal every game. So she organized what the girls were wearing, from their outfits to their sashes to makeup. Marissa handled any drama so well that we never even knew about it this whole season, if there was any.
Marissa included the squad in every decision that she made as a captain, and she was always well respected by her peers. Marissa took the challenges of cheering during a pandemic in stride, and she made it the best that she could be. Instead of complaining, Marissa always focused on figuring out a solution as to how we could accomplish our goal within the guidelines and mandates.
Throughout the season, in her entire time as a Mustang cheerleader, Marissa made sure everyone was ready and prepared for the games and community events. Thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Mendici for raising Marissa to be able to show support to her team, resolve problems, and be a leader. We wish you the best of luck as you head off to college. We're going to miss you next year, and we are so excited to present you with the Coaches Award this evening. Just circle back.
Do you want to bring up Coach Joe Mel to talk about Marissa as well?
So Marissa's such a great kid, we get to say it twice. So we had 6 seniors on our lacrosse team, and after I read the qualifications for this award, leadership, effort, and integrity, she definitely stood out. Leadership-wise, she's a quiet leader. Always does the right thing, very humble, and also very approachable too. Effort-wise, she's a multi-sport student, as mentioned, with cheerleading and lacrosse. She carries a 3.8 to GPA. She knows the balance thing about working and studying and still having fun as a high schooler. The part about Marissa that really stood out was that being a spring coach, you get crazy weather. You get the snow, the sleet, the rain, and then last week it was like 90. Marissa, though, is the type of player who showed up for every game and every practice and did it with 100% enthusiasm and pace. She always gave her very best. I mean, not at some of the games, but at every game and every practice. She just stood out immensely. She's also a very talented player, and she's taken great strides between her freshman and her senior year. Lastly, I just wanted to touch on the integrity factor. Marissa was she played a couple years for us, and she made the varsity team this year as a part-time starter. She was humble yet very confident, and she was always positive. And because of all these attributes mentioned, she was probably one of our most popular players. I remember speaking to her mom on several occasions, along with her father. And she's really from some great parents, and that's definitely paying off. Last thing, she's attending Toledo this fall, and I hope that she continues to positively touch as many people as she did within our program. So great job, we're proud of you.
Congratulations to our Coach Award winners. Moving on to our male and our female athletes of the year. The coaches of all programs nominate student athletes who they thought resembled an athlete of the year. The criteria for nominations include, but are not limited to, multi-sport student athletes, GPA, leadership qualities, as well as success on the playing surface. At this time, I'd like to introduce Coach Todd Church to present this year's Female Athlete of the Year Award.
It's great to see everybody tonight. Congratulations to everyone. This award, when you look at it, I cannot disagree at all. When you look at Denny's mission when he came here talking about the multi-sport student athlete, Shelby Salee is that person on the girls' side. And you look what she's done with basketball, making the Final 8 her freshman year, and then Sweet 16 appearance this year, and then in track, making it to the state meet in the 4x1, and then she's still going this year, so tremendous. And then what she's done for us on the soccer field is just unbelievable. leading goal scorer for career, point getter for career and season, and just the career that she had over a span of 4 years, starting from her freshman year within our program, which is very difficult to do. But she's done it in the classroom as well, and she's done it being a tremendously great person. Brian and Sherry, you have so much to be proud of, and it gives me a great honor to again get the chance to introduce to you Shelby Salih. Of course, we got to let Coach Fred do the honors here. Thanks again very much, and congratulations, Shelby.
Congratulations, Shelby. At this time, I'd like to call up two coaches, Coach Koval as well as Coach Stacy, to present the Male Athlete of the Year award.
Coach, we actually practiced this a lot, so this should go really smooth. I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan, so I'm going to reverse this order and just say, Andrew Russell, come on up. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun here. Come on, bring him up here. All right. Even though I know that track is not his #1 sport, and swimming is, I know when I wake up in the morning and I get here at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and I walk in the weight room all winter long, I see this guy in the weight room working out with the swim team. And I could also rattle off a ton of stats, like he scored 60 points this season. There's 17 events in a track and field meet, and he ran this year. He ran in the 100-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, the 400-meter dash, the 800 run, which he loved. The 4x8 he also loved. He ran in a 4x4, 4x2, which is a regional qualifier and probably one of the top teams in the state. And he also ran in a 4x1. And then outside of a normal track meet, you get some relay meets and stuff like that. So you have a sprint medley. And I'm going to rewind all the way back to his freshman year, and this is incredible, and against everything I would ever do and probably will ever do again, because I learned a huge lesson from that day. But he ran in the shuttle hurdle race at Berea, and we ended up in second place, and I scratched the event for the day. And we got a rain delay, and on the bus, the guy somehow convinced me that he did it one time in middle school. He was a hurdler, and so I should put him in the hurdle so they could still run it. And like I said, against my better judgment, I did, and he did, and it was really cool. But I have a good story, and this kind of involves my own family, and he doesn't know this, but my son runs for this team down south and is a freshman, and was in a track meet. I can't remember which one it was, but he was running in the 4x4, and it was definitely, he was way in over his head, but he ran well. And I get home, and I'm like, you know, my son's name's Gavin. I'm Gav, congratulations. Like, that was really cool. Like, what'd you think? You know, blah, blah, blah. He goes, Dad, that kid with the hair. And I'm like, I kind of understand what you're saying. All my kids have hair though. Like, what do you think? The kid with the bleached hair. He's so fast. So he obviously ran against Andrew in that 4x4, and Andrew dusted him, so thank you for that. Not to zero down a lot, but that's my half of it, so I'll give you the mic.
So I've coached Andrew a long time, since, I don't know, he was 6 or 7 or something. So I've known him for a very long time. A couple of unique things. His freshman year, we were 6-5. It was kind of a transition year. Then his sophomore year, we lost sometime to Solon in December of 2018. That's the last time the boys team lost. And Andrew was the youngest captain I've ever named a sophomore that year. He was named captain. So he's been captain 3 years, and then they haven't lost since. So that's remarkable. He's been a state qualifier every year of high school, been conference MVP, been All Ohio. Tremendous. He leads by, he just gets in there and works. In the weight room, in the pool, he just works. Doesn't say anything, just does what you tell him to do and works hard. And that's why he's been successful. And I'm excited to see him in the future. I think he's going to have so much success. But he's a tremendous leader and, again, just such a great athlete to go right from swimming to indoor track even and do the indoor track state competition and do amazing there just off of swimming is tremendous. I'm not very good at running, but I run a little bit and swim, and I couldn't run without running a lot. And he just, remarkable, but tremendous athlete, and it's been a pleasure to be able to coach him.
Congratulations, Andrew. At this time, I would like to present the Model Mustang Award. The Model Mustang Award was set up to recognize one male and one female who lives by the motto of our Model Mustang. These athletes are dedicated to resiliency, collaboration, empowerment, global, as well as innovation. At this time, I would like to call up Coach Coble to present our Model Mustang Award, our male Model Mustang Award.
All right, back to back. Got me. All right, Matt Cornelius, come on up. Let's go. Oddly, not remembering the entire definition of this reward, I wrote down resiliency as one of the words that reminds me of Matt and being a Model Mustang. Resiliency to, number one, overcome the workouts that I put them through to be a 400-meter runner, and then to be one of the best ones in the state of Ohio. To be able to overcome some setbacks in terms of having some goals in a certain meet and not hitting them, and being able to come back the next day and work at practice and get back to it. Another word I wrote down was trustworthy, and there I just thought about how Matt handles working with the younger kids and helping them along and kind of modeling what needs to be done at a track meet to get ready to go and compete. And leadership. He's a leader. He's a team captain. He does a lot of things that I ask of him. Sometimes he doesn't want to do them. Again, just like Andrew, he runs in an open 8, a 4x8. I know he doesn't want to do it, but he trusts me enough to say, all right, I'm sure there's method to the madness, and it's probably just more madness than method, but he does a good job with all of that. As a freshman, he scored 10.26 points. Tracks like that. They have weird point system. Sophomore, 21.26 points. So it grew a little bit, doubled his score. Losing the year is tremendous, and we are all, not all coaches here, but the spring sports coaches can tell you that development, I'm now appreciating and realizing how important a season is in the development of an athlete as you're trying to advance them to be really, really good. And I'm sure he did some training on his own, and he continued to keep up with it because this year he scored 121 points so far and still going. He's a part of a 4x4 and 4x2 team that potentially has a shot. He's one of the top 400 runners in the state, but I have a story for this one too. And he's heard it, and if you were in my class, you would say, oh, this is perfect, close the notebook, we're done for the day, Cole's telling stories. But this is one of my favorite stories. Like just as a coach, you know, these certain moments come along in a career, and I've been coaching for 21 years, and this is the story. And I'll probably tell the story till the day I die. 2019, we go to the state meet, and I put Matt on the 4x4 relay card. He's probably the next guy that should be in the relay if someone goes down. But at the same time, you're praying no one goes down because you want those kids to run. And I really kind of put him on the card because I knew someday he was going to be there, and I wanted him to experience what Columbus was with 10,000 people in the stands screaming and cheering, and all the events and things that are happening. I wanted him to experience that, so when he got there, he knew how to handle it. And lo and behold, our best 400 guy pulled a hammy in a previous race, and I had to put young sophomore Matt Cornelius into the meet. And to top it all off, I decided to make him the anchor, hoping that the rest of the guys would get him to a good spot. And it didn't work out that way necessarily. However, he ran the best time he had ever ran up to that point, and for a sophomore, it was a really, really good time, 50 point something, right? Really fast time for a 400 guy, and it's just completely, to me, when we had the chance to post these rewards, that story popped in my head. I said, that is the model Mustang, and that's exactly what it should be. So congratulations, Matt Cornelius.
Congratulations, Matt. At this time, I'd like to call up Coach Church again, as well as Coach Freddie, to present the female recipients of our Model Mustang Award.
Thank you, Denny. When I saw this award, to me, this just said, you know, who is the person that executes your culture and knows your culture and does it when times are hard. It's really easy to do the right thing when things are going well. Much more difficult to do it when things are hard. And when you look at the attitudes and the actions and behaviors, that's what really drives your team. Obviously, you have to have a certain level of talent to perform at the level we perform at. We've been fortunate enough to have that for a number of years, but the edge where, you know, the good teams are separated from the great teams are defined by the human element, and it's the people that are doing the things in your culture that you want to have happen. And Peyton Phelp will come on up here to talk a little more about that person. So if you look at what Peyton's done from day one for us, she's been immersed in our culture since very, very, very young age. She knows it better than anybody else. But like I said, she brings energy. She's a tremendous teammate. When there's a problem, she goes towards it rather than runs away from it. She is willing to do whatever it takes for our team to win. She trains unbelievably well. She's still building and growing and learning and expanding on what she's doing. And you look at what she's done for us, along with Shelby, over 4 years. You know, started from day one, and we've had 2 Final 8 appearances. We had a state final appearance, and now this year we had a state championship and a national championship. And you were the Model Mustang that helped get us there. There's no question about it. You look at, you know, what you've done for all the younger kids in Strongsville, continue to work and be an inspiration for them, not only on the field, but in the classroom, and just as a person. You're an unbelievably great person, and you are, in my mind, the Model Mustang athlete. So congratulations, Peyton.
Congratulations, Peyton. Our next award is our Coach of the Year award. This award is established in May of 2021, and it is to recognize Strongsville High School athletic team coach whose character, as well as accomplishments during our school year, best exemplifies the following criteria as he or she is recognized by his or her peers. The coach selected for this award is a positive role model to all students in all respect, has demonstrated consistent and outstanding sportsmanship, leadership, as well as positive and a positive attitude. This coach is also committed as well as dedicated to the team's overall development over the entire season. This coach coaches at the highest standard throughout the season, ensuring the team's success. And this coach always demonstrates that the success and well-being of each student athlete under his or her tutelage and coaching is his or her highest priority. At this time, I want to recognize Coach Felton, who is going to introduce our Coach of the Year award.
Okay, so number one, Todd wouldn't be here tonight. He wouldn't come if he knew he was getting this award, because you're giving this to a humble person, and to begin with that is very important, because you got to know Todd, and I fortunately have a story as well. So you got to know who Todd is. And I didn't meet Todd until it was the summer of 1979. Baseball park, hanging out, middle of E-Town. Those that don't know E-Town, that's Elyria. I was on the poor side of Elyria. He was on the uppity upside. And I rode my beat up bike to the baseball field, and I was with my best friend at the time, Mark Maxey, and Mark did say, congratulations. But I had my early 1980s cut, because I was ahead of my time. I had that Joe Dierte mullet back in 1979. And Todd, as I pull up my bicycle, I pull up to this this Art Garfunkel. Younger kids won't know who this is, but this big blonde afro on his nice bike, and I rode my bike up with my friend, and we looked at his bike, and I said, "Hey, like, what's your name?" And I was so mesmerized by his bike, and from that day forward, I followed this guy around, and now I'm assistant coach. He's bettered my wife in wins with Strongsville High School. He's gone through the roof. His bike is still, to this day, better than mine, as we have done a lot of biking trips. So here's a guy that we have as Coach of the Year that, number one, is humble, but two, just this night, didn't get off the soccer field until right before he came here. He put so much time into this program to make it successful. And he started out rough. 8 years, and he's had, I think I can count on two hands how many losses you've had. Really rough time. But to be able to do what you've done the last 4, 5, 6 years, but this last year to take a team through COVID, from the preparation to the end, to humbly do that, to lighten up girls, 2-time All-American Shelby, Salih, to take these girls to a whole different level, and to get to that national championship, it didn't happen easily. This was taking on some of the best teams in the country over the last years, and usually that national championship goes to a parochial school, an IMG academy, something like that. But here we got a public school in South Cleveland winning a national championship after beating some of those schools, the the teams out of Maryland, the McDonoughs, the St. Anthony's. You've taken those teams down, and you've done it with humbleness again. So without further ado, Humble Todd, come make it up here, buddy.
Man, you don't know how intimidating it is to try to keep up with the storytelling of Coach Phelp, and obviously Cobalt is no slouch either, man. This is an intimidating room to be in. But hey, thank you all. These awards like this are nice because they're coming from my peers, and I think an awful lot of you guys as coaches, as fellow coaches and women, I have a lot of respect for you and the jobs that you do here at Strongsville High School with our student athletes in our community. So I thank you very much from that standpoint. You know, it's an honor. I inherited a great program. Rarely do you do anything alone, and I have certainly not done this alone. Freddie, Coach Phelp, the brothers that I coach with, they are my very, very best friends, and they do an awful lot. You know, you look at Coach Phelp, and he's built this. I really am just a steward that's trying to keep things going in the same direction. And it's just an honor to work with some amazingly wonderful athletes and families. I'm blessed. So thank you all very much. Thank you, Denny, for being a tremendous boss. This is an honor, and I thank you.
Congratulations once again, Coach Church. Our last award tonight is going to be our Booster Club Award. At this time, if I could have our Booster Club President, Keith Hausman, come up to present the Booster Club Award.
Thanks, Eddie. First off, congratulations to all the coaches and the students here. I've had the pleasure of being around Strongsville High School sports for 7 years, and I've got one more year before you guys get rid of me. I'm fortunate to know a lot of the kids, a lot of the coaches here, and I'm proud to be associated with every single one of you. A lot of you guys have seen me grow up since middle school into the high school athletes that you are today. It's my honor to actually watch all you guys do this. I think as I talk to people about high school sports, anybody who doesn't have a high school athlete doesn't realize if you walk into school at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday, you might have a softball pitcher throwing in the gym. You might even have the indoor high jump pit out. You're going to see wrestlers out there. You're going to see kids in the weight room. You guys all deserve everything that you get and more. So congratulations to all of you. It's my pleasure to watch. And I think everybody with boosters kind of feels the same way. So what I want to do tonight is present an award to a delegate that I think a lot of us know here as really enhancing the student athlete's experience. I think enhancing all of our experiences. I know that I'm extremely grateful for his association. He's been a delegate for several years. These kids have been in swimming, lacrosse, and I'm trying to mention one other sport there. Oh, football. Our award goes to Scott Mayberry. Scott's been an awesome talent, or awesome asset for all of us in terms of his willingness to be at the sporting events, getting great action shots, still shots, the senior banners, gone above and beyond what I think any of us could ask of a delegate or a volunteer. So it's my pleasure to recognize Scott Mayberry as for the Special Recognition Award for all that he's done for the student athletes in the program. Scott's not able to be here tonight, so I'm going to accept the award on his behalf. I'm sure if he did, he'll have a great story better than I'd be able to do. But I know he's thankful for it, and happy to award the recognition to him. He deserves it.
Thank you, Keith. Congratulations to Scott as well. This concludes tonight's program. But in closing, I just want to speak to the athletes. You have done a lot of good things here, and no matter what life brings at you, you're always going to have a home here in Strongsville. and you're always gonna have family, coaches, teammates, friends, okay, to always come home to. So in closing, good luck. All right, best of luck in anything that you do. If you're playing a college sport, if you are just going to college, best of luck, and don't be afraid to come back and to help us out with our sports. So thank you for coming, and have a good night. Thanks. If anybody wants to take pictures, you are free to come up here and take pictures with the background.